Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. FSB Racing Friday Night Winston Cup action. I'm your host, Shawn Reap. Missing Milt Jr. for the moment. His helicopter's held up in a traffic pattern up there. He'll be along shortly. Also known as a grocery run. Gotta make sure he's got the beer right. But for now, we're at Michigan International Speedway. Two-mile high-speed track. You have similar high speeds as we saw last week at Homestead, but a much bigger, much wider, single degree, single type of banking track. Races almost like a super speedway. Still got to lift, still got to take care of the tires, and of course, just like any of these aero-dependent tracks, got to take care of that right side. Now this was a blast Tuesday in the chicken run. If Milty said he wasn't going to make it at all, I'd be out there with these guys right now. That's how much fun this setup, this track, and these cars are. Okay, now everything's active again. Haha. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. The computer rebooted itself out of the blue. I've not had that happen in a long time. But the good news about this YouTube streaming current setup is you can just pick up right where I left off. Yeah, fix this camera. Okay. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted there by the random reboot. We have the 53 of TG Reese on the pole. Jason Dulford looked like he was going to get it to that last second there. You can see just 0.003 off. Danny Falcon checking in, thanks. Doris Gately cheering for Slim Jim, of course. These guys are rolling off the grid. Just in time for me to get everything squared away here again. Aha, Wayne Gately. We got the Gately plan in contingent in full effect here. And there he is, Slim Jim, the defending champion of the series himself, sitting there P6 on the grid. Not a bad starting spot, although there'll be a lot of movement tonight in this track. We were 3 and 4 wide all night long Tuesday night. A whole lot of fun. Ryan Tracy continuing that hot streak, starting there in the second row in that nice, bright new number 12 car. I realize I don't have my TeamSpeak back up yet, but I'll fix that as soon as we go green. As we have the field ready to come to the start of this race tonight. Pace car is off. Turn 1's kind of treacherous here sometimes. Car's real loose on cold tires. You're not quite into 4th gear, although you probably should be just to keep it from spinning. It looks like we're going to navigate it nice and clean here on the start. You're mostly going to want to be on the bottom tonight, but the high line, especially early after a start, can make some moves. They can keep some momentum going on the high side. They can get some help down this long curved front stretch too. They can make some ground up there. I see Dave Drandry in the 51. He's already looking to make a move and take that lead from PG Reese. We got one cheering for the Rocket. The Rocket, rather, not D-Rocket. Vincent DeShane. I believe that's showing some support for the 22. Jeff Hale, Mr. Super Speedway, is wasting no time. He wants to get up front. He is following Dave Jandry through and already chomping at the bit, looking for that lead. I'm gonna see if I can get TeamSpeak going here. Again.
A little late.
There we go. Yeah, my computer rebooted itself.
Fantastic.
Yeah, isn't that a great start to the night? I didn't miss the start of the race. I was able to pick it back up.
Well, here we go. Fresh off the...
Good show, guys.
Yeah, we shall.
Yeah,
Milt, you can get in with
said,
the password, right?
I'm already
you can.
yeah.
Cool. As we noted, as I was saying before, Jeff Hale, he wanted that lead, and he has asserted himself into that lead with the 29 Tide ride there. The Milty just flew in from the grocery run. Boy, are your arms tired, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So is my pocketbook, but gotta eat.
Yeah, aren't all of them.
Things are expensive out there. But it looks like they're making some hay and some money right here. Trying to get caught up here, so I'll try to do that. Chat is blasting off. There's my boy Danny Falcon, go Rocket. Vincent DeShane. Go get a bud. I got 3 of them, but that won't last, Danny. Oh, they're crashing.
Oh,
Billy
crashing on the
Arborough.
backstretch.
Looks like the one-on-one, maybe.
A couple cars spinning to the inside, and we have our first caution of the night here on lap 6. Oh, how quickly the fates can turn. You see last week's winner there, Billy Arborough. He's on the high side, and, well, him and the 101 just kind of try and occupy the same piece of track, and it didn't work out so good. 54 goes through the spin cycle, doesn't hit anything. I think the 101 actually got the worst of that. In fact, Jeff Habak has retired on the spot.
Oh, man. Tough luck for Tower there.
Yeah, we'll watch it trailing his car here.
Well, Bill goes from win to looks like he got a little help going around there, but
I think he's
went
going to
through
be okay.
the spin cycle. I'm surprised did the 101 hit something?
Yeah, it looks. See you there on the second replay there. He backed it into the wall pretty good.
Yeah, I won't have the live Skype replay going.
Yeah, we'll get that
so
set up soon.
okay.
All I have to do is switch over to camera 2.
Smoking a pancake right there. Oh, that's a hard lick. Coast Guard got beat up there.
And we'll follow Chris
But
Beckman
they'll
through his
be
pit stop
back.
here on camera 2 while I get Milty up on Skype.
Chris Beckman in the booth. What's up, Chris?
Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening, Chris. Thanks for joining us.
How's it hanging?
Ring-a-dingy, Milty.
Ding! Well, he's busy right now.
Oh, we got the 12 car Ryan Tracy around at the end of pit road here.
Oh.
Little extracurricular activity there.
Yeah, tough break for him. Looked like he had a good qualifying run tonight.
Well, if he crossed that pit outline before he went around,
He'll still get the spot.
or even while he went around, yeah, he'll still get his spot back. So as long as he has no damage, he should be okay. I've been there, done that.
Oh, incoming call. Come on, Minner.
Yeah, you gotta answer it, dude.
There you go. Answer the damn phone.
There he is in living color.
Magical. Still in my work clothes.
So let's see, where did I put Milty? There's Milty. All right, he's back.
Yo.
And I
Okay,
go to
there goes
studio.
Ryan. It looks like he's going to get his positions back.
Yeah, he's coming up
There
to
you go,
the field.
perfect. Yeah, I've been in that spot where I got turned at the end of pit road, and as long as you cross that pit outline, you get those spots back.
NASCAR's all over that.
I've even driven across that line backwards and waited for everybody to go by, turned around, and come back to my spot before. All right, let me
Where are
make sure
my
I still got you.
colors here? VCT, if I say it, ceramic tile. That's what I do and who I work for. They're pretty cool. They're really cool. A couple of them watching tonight, I'm sure.
All right, got everything back where we were before my computer decided to reboot itself. And before I knew if Milt was going to be here. Good to have you in the booth.
Yeah.
Good to have Chris Beckman here. Good to be at this track. I mean, I was telling the guys on the lead-in here before you arrived. We raced it Tuesday, and man, it was crazy. We were 3 and 4 wide for most of the race, and yeah, didn't really wreck until the end. There was some comers and goers, and come back again.
That's the great thing about Michigan. It's definitely a racing track, and stay out of trouble, but got to really race the track and the drivers.
I think it'll be the same tonight, Shawn. If we can keep enough of these cars in one piece at the end, I think it'll get pretty spicy there at the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I was pointing out too, like I say, so many of these tracks, keeping the right side on the car is priority 1, 2, and 3 for at least the first half of this race, if not the first 2/3. And you want to keep that thing in good shape to stay in the draft and to take care of the tires, be there at the end for that craziness. We got the lights off on the FSB pace car.
The highwayman takes the point.
He must have done 2 or stayed out or something. I guess it would be 2.
Dave Gentry up there in P3 get some jolt going on here. He's due for a good finish or possibly a win, and he's got that guy behind him in the 15. Still trying to get caught up here, looking at the chat. We got Wayne Gately in the house. Always got the Slim Jim Gately fan club going
Heck
on
yeah.
here. Mama Gailey, tap yourself into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, Jim Christopherson, he's been pretty hot lately, winning a lot of the other series. Pulling off a truck win, and darn near united himself at Pocono he did, and then almost backed it up with one at Iowa last night. He was running down Ken Shea at the end. The only guy who was going forward at the end of the race was that 40 car. He's got a new computer. He's got a more solid connection now, and he's taking advantage of it, and the pace car is off.
And that's a
Back in
huge
business.
thing. I mean, it's pretty distracting when your stuff isn't running right. It's hard enough to race against these great drivers when things are working right. You get that calm of knowing that everything is running right. You can focus on your racing, your mind at ease.
And how?
Jason
Ryan
Dulfer
Johnson.
gets Gamma
Ryan
J.
Johnson looking for some on the outside. Ryan versus Ryan. Ryan Johnson wants that spot, right? He's not usually that aggressive on a restart, but he's got his teammate behind him.
Dulfer down low, looking at
not
the
so much.
41 of Beckman. Side by side. The great thing about these corners is you get different runs coming out, but solid pass by the 63. Ad nauseum, we have talked all year and at the end of last year how the 63 is really starting to come into his own. And we got smoke on the track.
There's smoke on the backstretch, but I don't. No
Smoke on the
caution.
pancake. Bong in the bagel.
Well, that was the 101. With his back end smashed up. He went for a solo spin to the inside. Didn't hit anything. Didn't hit anybody, and there was no caution flag.
Another interesting player here is Shane Wisman in the 34. We've seen whiffs of extreme competitiveness from this guy in the Busch car, and maybe tonight could be his night. Whoosh. Ryan Johnson, Mr. Where did he come from up there? 29 going backwards a little bit.
Yeah, he is, but he's got teammates all around him, so he's a comfortable spot.
That's the nature of this track too. I mean, you get that's what you're going to see, great side-by-side racing, because you get draft here, and could be some of the better racing we've seen, and we've seen some great racing already this season.
You certainly have. You talk about the multiple lines there in turn 1 and 2, and you see a great example there is, the two cars, 23 of the 59, couldn't get the run on the 29 car, who had the high arcing entry, and then the same coming off and kept that motor wound up. Yeah, I like to come in high in turn 1 here, but that leads to a lot of people sticking their nose in there, and that's where a lot of the drama comes from when they get down to it here.
Well, because you get that exit coming off, and, you really power out and save that right front tire. That's why you like that line. That's that's one of the hardest lines at this track. For some reason, we talk about this track, sister track, California. For some reason, I was better at that at California, even though they're virtually identical.
They look identical from above, but there's a little more degrees, a few degrees more banking in California, and the biggest difference is this transition. This transition they're coming up to right here off turn 2. The banking just drops off a table when you hit the backstretch here at Michigan. Or at California, it rolls out just a little bit more smoothly. And here especially, if you come off of turn 2 with your wheel turned, there's a good chance you're gonna jump left and be sliding through the inside like we saw Jeff Havoc do twice already tonight. Second time there, Jeff did retire it because of the the damage to that car is just gonna make it too loose for him. He's gonna keep having that all night. So tough break there for the 101 Coast Guard entry.
track like this, get wrapped up in that cookie cutter, how many laps you got. This one is more in the 20s, correct? For
You're looking
laps.
about 24.
Yeah, for at a 34 and a cookie cutter, obviously
Yeah, you're
is
looking about 32 to 36 on a cookie cutter, about 18-20 on a super speedway 2.5 miler, and about 24
whoa,
2 miler like
wow.
Michigan.
Let's get some in-car here.
I was looking for someone to do just that with here.
Let's try the 51 of Dave Janry. He's in a gaggle of hurt right now.
Actually, the 91's in a good spot for it right here.
Yeah,
Let's go
that
pinch
too.
A.
He can see that in front of him.
There we go. On board with, actually, oops, I ended up on Dave Ellens. That's what you get when you're cycling through cars with the header turned off.
You look at this, you got 3 wide right there for a minute in front of you. See Winston up hooking. As long as you hook that left tire in the dark stuff, you still get traction. You get up above that. But he is kind of in a world of hurt now, and he's going to get freight train. There they come. Choo choo. Stay down low. He wants to get in, but 91 says denied. Isn't it good Norwegian word? And he's got Dave Ellis all over his rear tailpipe. Side by side going down. You see him there on the right side? You know your spotter's going outside, outside, outside.
Car high.
Outside,
Car high.
outside, outside.
Still there.
Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there. Not clear. You see the run? Winston gets a good run. Driving it in and letting it roll, but who's picking up the draft here? And that is the 91.
You saw there, once Chris Beckman was clear, he was able to swing it to the outside and take that.
Absolutely there. You got to work that
arc
draft.
entry.
Got to suck up to your friends, you know.
Oh man, Slim Jim is right on Dave Jandry's bumper there. Had to check up and actually pushed up the hill a little bit. Oh, Slim down. Now that apron, that's legal. That's not out of bounds here at Michigan.
White single line, good. Double line at Daytona, Talladega. Yellow, white, yellow, bad. Can't do it. Can't work with them. Can't do it. Well, Mike Singles. Just a little taste here at 200 miles an hour for these guys. No restrictor plate here, so.
And speaking of D-Rocket, there he is. It looks like someone clipped the dirt a little bit there as they went down to the apron. No harm, no foul. Just kicked a little dust up into the air. D-Rocket there, center your screen, and the number 3 Wrangler jeans machine. Got Quinn Combs cheering him on there in the YouTube chat.
Got a text from John the Dog Palmer, rooting for the 9, you think?
Hey, you think?
Of course. As I sip my Budweiser.
Or his dog likes to call him Commie.
Yeah, that's what he said, too. I'm rooting for the commie.
I think it's the red car.
Yeah, I don't know. They have long discussions into the night about all kinds of political stuff.
I don't think that's that. I think he's just messing with him.
Yeah, I think you're right. Got to be getting close here.
Yeah, they pitted at lap 7, I guess, after that caution flag. So I would expect to see
That'd
them
be
somewhere.
17 if
I
my
expect.
Sanger High School education math is correct.
Yeah, I'd expect to see them somewhere around lap 30 to 34. See cars start coming in.
Oh boy, problem is I was always hanging out at Stoner Corner, so that wasn't good.
Meanwhile,
Get those brain cells back, folks.
Meanwhile, up front, surprise, surprise, got the 15 of Matt Watkins. Someone is clipping that front stretch dirt every single lap and leaving a smoke cloud for us to drive into.
Ryan Tracy all over the back of the 29 Tide car of Jeff Hale. This is Jeff Hale's wheelhouse, folks. I mean, 29 is on a roll, won a race. Who knows? He had back issues, back surgery.
That's a couple years ago now.
But that's still something that lingers, and you have to work at with your ergonomics, with your rig. It's not a real car, but it's still, you're sitting in this car for an hour and a half. It better be comfortable or you can't drive effectively. And there's
Ryan Johnson is charging to the front.
He won. Matt Watkins. My coworker George Perez was talking about, probably watching right now. In fact, I'm pretty sure he is. He was talking about, I haven't seen, didn't see Matt winning, and I was like, yeah, that was one race, dude. Finished on the podium, Working it down below the white line. 15 on rails. Recently made some moves, like moving across states, and got his rig back hooked up, and he didn't even miss a beat. And I would have never known if he hadn't have told me. I moved like 6 states away from where I was.
I thought he just switched to Carolinas.
No, he's definitely not there anymore. He's up in the Great White North now here a little bit.
Okay. Ryan Johnson was looking low. He wanted that lead, but they have fanned out around him as they're taking the caution, and that's why.
I heard some squealing. That can't be good.
Oh, I got bad news for Dog. Here we have it. Ken Hansen in the 9 Coors beer can gets just a little help from behind from the 55.
Oh, he's
That's
all
a
beat up.
hard hit for both those cars. And then, Michael Moore comes along with a late hit. And who's that purple car?
That was
the 10. Cole Hutchison making his first start tonight. Oh, so
was that
welcome to
the
the league.
740 of Michael Moore in there? Or?
Yes, Michael Moore was the 740. This 10, the purple 10 car, that was Cole Hutchinson.
Oh, that was a hard lick.
Oh. Go on board here and see what he sees as this wreck unfolds in front of him. Yeah, this is the 10 car coming off turn 2 before the wreck.
Obviously did not see what was going on there, and by the time he did, it was too late.
You see smoke ahead, and he starts slowing, checks up to keep up the cars in front of him, and oh, it's just all on in front of him.
Tough luck for Starsky and Hutch there. But welcome to the league, and definitely, that's racing.
Yeah.
Contact in the pits. The 9 trying to go in, and
the 12 was around again coming out of pit road.
And there was contact with Cole Hutchinson trying to get to his stall too. So Cole got in. You have to we'll have to take a look at that on pit road. Cole in the 9 trying to get in, and also the 740 of Michael Moore. There was a coagulation there.
Yeah, I've got them catching up on my right side here.
Almost looked like a replay of what happened last time.
Yeah.
Well, pit stalls are big here, but the thing that creates the problem is guys getting out of sequence as far as where their track position is, and they get confused trying to, they don't have the pit road guy like Roger Penske sitting there saying,
I see what's happening. I see what was happening there. Somebody was being told to stay behind someone else, and if you cross that pit in line while the spotter's telling you that, that's a black flag. So somebody was stopped there to let someone else get by beforehand, and it jammed everybody up at the entrance. And then you see all the ripple effect that had as cars try to get into their pit stalls now, completely off sequence.
well, that's why we run the races here. Never know what's going to happen. Michael Moore with that really cool Red Bull paint job there. Oh, the Punisher.
Yeah, hopefully that's for the comic. And not for the misappropriation.
Okay, that's my bad. It doesn't say Red Bull on the back. I got such a little screen so I can watch all the different screens here. I need to like open that up a little bit. And isn't there like the Punisher paint on the hood?
It is. I made that one for him.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's got the actual comic book logo on the back there with the text and everything.
Yes,
there we go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My screen is just too small. So cool is when I watch these like on my big screen, like post race, next day or whatever. It's like, man, the graphics, the paint jobs, they're so cool. Well, 10 cars still running there. That's he was staying in the back, being cool, and just got caught up in some stuff there. So Cole Hutchinson definitely gonna, struggle now with that car beat in. It's gonna be loose, and he's gonna try to get a good finish here and move on to the next race.
Yeah, I was trying to say that the last time I did a comic book one was actually for a comic book movie for the Captain America Civil War. This awesome car. It had both sides on each side of it and everything. It was ready to go. And then the dude left the league. I mean, it was under unfortunate circumstances after I did that for Chris Baker right before Mike Baker died. And he hasn't been back since, but that was a fun car to do.
I did a similar car for him for the Grand National and the Truck Series. It looks really sharp. I kind of rushed the one for Friday nights, but we'll see. I might redo it for him in the off season.
You always get it a little closer to 1988 looking, get some actual like comic book color palette going and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the great thing about the FSP racing, and there's so much that you get the paying for your buck. You get guys willing to paint for nothing and get you a badass car, and league structure rules. It has it all.
I had a Barbarella car I did for a teammate a while back too, right?
I've never painted those car. Yeah,
those 70s movie poster colors.
I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, we're about to go back to green here. Our lights are off on the pace car. Matt Watkins is on point again.
But I've had a lot of good people paint stuff for me, and that's all contributing to the finished product.
Absolutely, it's a lot of fun to do, and you could get Chris and I talking about that stuff all night.
Well, you should. Matt Watkins takes off again in the Pac-Man.
Well, immediately, Ryan Tracy looks under Ryan Johnson after the start-finish line. He wants that P2. He got a much better start than Ryan Johnson.
I love the fact that we don't have the rule anymore. You have to wait to go.
Yeah, it's a lot. It helps a lot late in the race. Sometimes
But
you get
that
those
was a
late
rule
race
that was
restarts.
structured with when the skill level from top to bottom wasn't at this level. This is a pro league with pro drivers. Now they can handle it. Most of the time. Gotta let them go. But the
Yeah,
rule
it's not
was great
licensed
at the time.
It's not licensed to be super aggressive and stupid, but it's enough that if you have the run, you don't have to eat it until the backstretch, and then possibly lose all chance you have.
Ryan Johnson up to P4 there.
More like back to
what
P4.
he do, and he's due to do what he do, and that is racecraft with the 59 is his strong point. He'll tell you that he's not the fastest guy, but when it comes to strategy on the fly, and these kind of tracks here too, but his racecraft is unparalleled. We're going to have to make 2 more stops here as the crow flies.
I think that's usually the usage of that, but we'll go with it.
No, exactly. But it's an old Portuguese tile setter talked about that once. They were talking about how many miles to where you get travel pay for work, And they were talking about as the crow flies, and he goes, I don't know, but I ain't no darn crow, so you either pay me or I'm not going. I don't care what a crow does.
Yeah.
I'm driving to work. This is how long it takes. Pay me travel pay or I'm not going.
Yeah, it should be the odometer miles, not, straight up as crow flies miles.
Slim Jim Gately down on the inside, and he's got help, and Ryan Gracie is getting
quack.
freight train. Whack, 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 whack. Guys are all, slicing and dicing and playing with each other, and and Slim Jim takes the lead.
Billy Yarbrough looking no worse for the wear.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Billy Yarbrough looking no worse for the wear after that spin cycle there. Back up to P18, working on Rick Castle there. I think that's actually for 17th.
And then you see the 23 go backwards like he's got weights on the back. Draft huge. These guys are all feeling each other out and doing some racing and going, okay, what do I got to do at the end of this thing?
I know Slim, and I've raced with him a bunch as well as, called a lot of the races he's been in. If I know him, he's just looking for a safe spot. He sees how crazy this is. He doesn't want any part of that. He wants to find a nice safe pocket, park that 23 in it, get to the next pit stop, and then, when it's go time, then he'll get up there and dice with them.
The Gately contingent in the house tonight. Wayne saying, go little brother Sim. It's hard to imagine Slim has a older brother because Slim is just, so stoic, and just expect him to be like the patriarch, Guys, inches apart. You're just watching them go around. You don't know how hard this is. Extremely hard.
And 3-car of Mark DeRocket Descenza. 5 seconds back there in 20th spot. Losing sight of that lead pack. He's got a pack of his own. I don't know what got him separated here. That is not a spot we're used to seeing him in when he's got a car in decent shape. Actually, it looks like he might have some right side damage. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what's happened with the 3. Definitely not a Mark Descenza style run here so far.
Yeah, especially at a track like this, where you would expect him to shine. 22, Greg Palmer, trying to get up in that top 10 there. Making some moves, and he's got Brian Level, 43, trying to go with him.
Man, Brian Lovell, if it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all this season. So he's looking for a strong run here.
Wouldn't have any luck at all. He's the youngest of 3. Wow. When you hear that voice, it's kind of like Johnny Cash,
Oh, he's got a very, very calm voice.
Gately.
Well, it's a little half Johnny Cash, half Elvis, is the way I describe his voice. Love it. He sounds way cooler than me.
Absolutely.
Oh, thanks. He agreed with that a
He
little too
sounds
quickly.
like way cooler than me, too, so.
Yeah, you remind me of, have you ever seen Futurama?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, Bender. Ooh, Ryan Johnson catches some apron there. That's going to cost him some momentum.
Side by side, Winston and the 22, Greg Palmer.
Hale got sideways, too.
As this race goes on, they're past the halfway point. They're starting to push. Lap traffic on the outside.
Well, this is a gaggle back here. Right at the tail end of this lead pack there. Fanning out all over the place. As they work their way around Michael Moore to put him a lap down. There is Greg Palmer on the outside of the 34, now the 63.
Chris Beckman, last lap 39.5, best lap 31.1. So there is some degradation going on here, crossing the line. His last lap 39.9, best lap 39.1. So,
well, part of that's tires, and part of that's what your position is relative to other things.
Absolutely.
Now, Vincent said the Rocket, he was watching him. He'd gotten up to 9th spot before the last wreck from 22nd. So I wonder, did he get an end of longest? He got an end of longest line on the last pit stop. That's what happened to DeRocket. We've said it a million times. He shoots himself in the foot on pit road almost as much as Denny Hamlin. And, yeah, it bit him again.
I could, sit there and look at my career and go, the what ifs of how many times I've blown chunks doing that.
Yeah, I've been pretty good and fortunate. That's me knocking on my desk, which is wood, about not getting too many penalties, especially at inopportune times. But yeah, it burns when it does happen. But that's not unrecoverable at this point for him. If he just catches a caution, gets caught back up to the main pack here, it's on cycle with them for final pit stop here. He'll be in
These
good shape.
guys are packed. Something is going to happen here. I'm not a brain surgeon, but these guys are getting really close to each other at 190 miles an hour. Sliding in. Jeff Hale slides in and makes a move down low and gets the apron, and he's still on. His foot is still on it, and he powers by the 15 of Matt Watkins.
Meanwhile, he got the 51 looking low immediately.
Whoa!
Colt Cola taking a whiff there.
That was a sticker-pecker moment right there. That get your heart rate going right there, I'll tell you what.
You can see that yellow front of DeRocket. He's leading that second pack, but they're getting smaller and smaller in that rearview mirror.
Brian Tracy getting back in line now with Ken Shea. Norwegian Wood has been up there surveying stuff here, and now he's got the 12 behind him. What are they going to do? Matt Watkins looking hard at the 29. Where are you going to go, son?
You keep calling him Norwegian Wood, and he's going to regret ever correcting you on his heritage.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder Jay didn't sound Japanese. I'm okay with that. I'm kind of slow, man. But
Wow,
I mean,
we are getting down to the window. Now it's only 50.
That's one of my favorite Beatles songs, so I just can't get it out of my head. Jeff Hale way out to the doing that outside in line like you were talking about in turn one, but there's cars on the inside. 3 wide. Dave, wow, Dave Janvary, great.
Oh, we got one hitting the wall in the back.
Get out of the gas there and pedal it. Inches apart, side by side. FSBRacing.com. Want some of this? Why now?
Why not? Apply at FSBRacing.com. Applications are always open. All experiences.
You don't
all
have to start out on TV, but you can if you want. But if you're new to sim racing, you can start from the bottom like Drake. Start from the bottom now here. FL still looking for a way around the highway, man. Guys are going at it. Are they putting on a show or what?
We talked about the improved connection for Jim Christopherson in the 40, and I saw a blink a lap or two ago. Very quick and subtle. Oh, we're jittery now.
Wow, boy, this is close.
Side by side for Watkins and Hale.
Watkins in the 29.
15.
Jeff Hale.
Oh, another little hiccup for the 40.
Well, the 9 car, lap down. Struggling to keep that thing going.
Yeah, lap down. He's got heavy rear end damage. That thing's got to be loose. Crazy loose around here with rear end damage. I've been known to put stability control on one of these with rear end damage just to make the laps, just so the car will go. It'll slow you down, and so will the damage, but at least to keep the thing on the track and pick up some points.
Like that, I can't even figure that stuff out on the fly.
Well, you know what? We can't, with fixed setups, we can't knock the wedge out of it or anything, so we can't drop the track bar, or raise it, rather. So we got to improvise. So throw on stability control and just make your laps.
So they need to get about another 3 or 4 laps to make it to the end. I'm thinking, we got Chris Beckman in the house.
Chris in here
on that fuel.
Yeah, what kind of window are we looking at here?
Chris is obviously in the middle of stuff here, so
I think it's going to be close, guys. I think we got just enough to make it here.
You're going to have to pit
All
with
right.
about 25 or 24 to go, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep, and that's right on the edge of the
3-4
window.
more laps probably for everybody.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Very good.
3 flag pit stops looming. Michigan pits. None of these tracks are easy to pit on.
Leaders are posting now.
There we go.
There we go.
Right on the edge here. That'll make it 55. That'll make it 25.
You see cars working their way to the bottom of the track. They want to be down low.
What's Slim
they get
Jim
there?
Gately gonna do?
I think he's dropping. Yep.
Your
He's
leader,
pitting.
Slim Jim
Oh.
Gately, the professor.
Slim hitting
Down
is
hard,
out.
locking him up in the grass, smoking him, and down. Did he get down? Wow. Do you see that? Oh my gosh. Ryan Johnson does what he does, but Slim Jim Gately, if he pulled this off, that was a wild pit stop there. And his heart's going to be in his throat there, folks. Caught a little bit of the grass. That's not a penalty. Pushing it. He's got family in the house tonight. He's already got his championship last year. Of course, he liked to, double Pete here and Slim Jim Gately out of pit road.
Let's watch his pit entry again here.
Wow, that was stuff of legends right there. That was some serious stuff.
Wow, look how close he was to hitting that grass. That would have been
He was right.
night
I
over
saw
right
the
there.
smoke come up from the dirt right there. You practice this stuff. You practice, and then it's money time. And
Yeah, leader's
how do
pitting
you
now.
keep your head?
Oh, 83
Oh, we
Weber
got
is rounding the
something going
grass.
on there.
54 gets
You got
into
cars
him.
going around. The big cactus. 83 Steve Weber off into the grass. Doing some, gardening there. Not good. Cars trying to find their spot. Skin Chase locking them up.
They were on the
Pit,
inset.
pit,
We've
pit.
got Slim Jim Gately, and we'll see where he comes out in relation to the rest of this field. He pitted more or less alone, just with that one teammate and Ryan Johnson.
What did Matt Watkins do? He's out in front of those guys, side by side with Jeff Hill. Watkins beats that pack out. We got to take a look and see what Matt Watkins did on pit road, because that's where he earns his cabbage.
Oh, he's slideways on the apron too, but he hangs on to
He
it.
does not know any fear, that guy. He drives.
And caution on the speedway.
It shouldn't hurt them.
This, as they say, changes everything. Now there's no question of whether these guys can make it.
Such a beast. It's just mellow, cool dude. When he gets behind the wheel, he's like, Venom, That suit goes on. Teeth come out, and oh my gosh. Let's see how this. Wow, we had green flag stops, and then we had a caution. This timing scoring is going to have to catch up here.
I think perhaps Ken Hansen blew up.
Done blowed up. The Coors and oil and Ford all over the place. That can't
There he
be
is,
good.
following the 11 of Brian Den. And he gets to turn 3. And shifts, and boom, it just goes and hard into the outside wall.
Blammo! Oh my gosh.
That was a serious impact there for the Orsmelling beer can.
That thing's ready for recycling.
Yeah, you don't have to bother crushing
Just
it.
throw
It's been
that
done.
You heard the pop. Just popped me another one there. That was a Budweiser, but you can throw that can in my bag there. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Unfortunately, it ain't real, so he's got the
again.
window net down and climbed out of that after a tough hit with no safer barrier there either. But that's going to end the night for the 9 for sure.
Thank gosh, it's not real.
And I've had plenty of those. Well, this absolutely removes the question of whether anyone can make it to the finish.
Yep.
Because now it's just no question. Everybody can do it. Anybody who had any question can top off. Anybody who's already at the back of the lead pack can come in for 2 or 4 tires even. Just make sure they have the freshest stuff at the end. And basically this is a reset, and it has turned this 80 lap race into a sprint here.
I think those guys who came on the first lap are still going to be really close, but I think you're right. I think they can make it.
Yeah, I think with judicious clutching, Slim's the one I'm most concerned about here, and it appears he is clutching heavy. Like him and Ryan are down on the apron clutching. They're trying to get as short a run around here as possible. They might even be topping. We'll see as they come by pit road here. 31. 31 of Brad Otto hits pit road. Now the 59 and 23, they have stayed out. 31 of Brad Otto went for a slide. Did not cause the caution, but he went for a slide through the grass and then hit the inside pit wall under green. He's going to have to come in and get that fixed, which is a good opportunity right now. Yeah, you see Ryan Johnson is making the track as short as possible while he clutches around the speedway. 60 laps to go. It is tantalizingly close for those two guys who came in on that first lap of that round of pit stops.
Well. What do we
Now
have
the tables
here?
have turned.
We
Now
have
the
a
turns are
race.
tabled.
Get off my lawn.
I'm Batman. It was contextual. So,
Well, I'd like to throw a shout out to my teammates last weekend. We ran the 24 Hours of Daytona. I was in the 003 car. My first double stint was flawless. We were up to P10. Second time I got in the car, I got really brave and decided I would quadruple stint a set of tires, and that fourth stint all turned bad, and it was like driving on butter, and it's frustrating. I was doing a lot of gardening, like didn't wreck the car, and we still finished P12 in our car. Our teams finished P5, P10, P12, and P17. So very proud of our donkeys, so.
well, we got the lights off on the FSB pace car. We got...
And my
19
knees still hurt from that.
We're gonna have 19 to go at the drop of the green flag. I'm gonna grab myself a soda because I'm still on stuff I shouldn't drink with, and I'll be right back.
That's probably a good idea. Okay, so 19 laps.
What do you think, Milt? We got about 16, 18 guys who could win this thing, but I don't know if they can get up to that front couple, 3 guys.
Well, we saw the single file race it pretty clean early. Then we saw a lot of passing later. Now we're going to see defending and guys getting a little more stingy and guys getting a little more active. My take on it is there's going to be a caution. I like my chances if I'm in front.
10-4.
All right, good luck, Chris. This is sure to be entertaining.
You're in the top
Pace
10.
car's off.
Sniffing the top 10. Some trouble for other guys and you don't get in it would be a good idea for you. That's for sure. Rick Castle, we haven't mentioned him tonight, into the top 10 in that Crown Royal car. Thing is, if you could develop a high line and go around, that's what you want to do, but need some aggressiveness in front of you to create opportunities for numbers, because if you're going to make anything happen on the outside, you're going to have numbers.
Matt Watkins still in command here.
Yeah, he fell back, and we saw him fall back. So, 29 is going to try to do the same thing here. If they can gang up on him and put him in a draft disadvantage, That's what they're going to want to do. The 15 is going to want to defend. What he's going to want to do is do that high line in, just like you were saying, and hope they don't dive bomb it. Not going to give them the preferred line. Been there, done this, but so have they. So
You see that defensive line?
Trying to look down low, but he gets a sniff. Slim wants to go with him.
See, these guys are running the defensive line more than the preferred line. That's where they kind of come in middle high.
There's a long time to go here, so these guys aren't tripping. They're like, we saw what they could do in the middle of the race and make passes and send the 15 backwards. Once you can get down low and push him out of his preferred line, see how he's defending already. Earlier in the race, not so much. Now he's going to defend that line as he goes. He knows the 29 and the Slim Jim, the 23, like that outside in turn one. So you see the 15 defending that. Doing the same thing. He may have not done that earlier, but now he's going to change his. He's going to take away what you want to get around him. And when it's money time like this, 15 Matt Watkins very seldom makes a mistake. So maybe there we go. We got to run. Excuse me. Wow. I'm choking. They got a huge run on him, and Matt defended there. You're seeing that draft run. 59 of Ryan Johnson also knows that these two guys, long time racing against each other, Jeff Hale and Slim Jim Gately, are going to try to snooker the 15. Can't do it here. He's going to defend low.
On the right side, I figure we'll follow Mark DeSenza as he tries to make up some ground here. Getting a little draft help from the 90 and the 043. Matt Stewart, we haven't talked about much tonight in that 90 car. Looking good in the in and out colors, as always. Ooh, a little wall slapper there for the 34 car, Shane Wisman.
Well, it's desperation time here. You guys want to get on the podium. 15 is just powering off these corners. And, not worrying about what they're doing. Running his preferred race line. 59 is going to try something, go down low.
Look at that, 3 different entries in the turn one at the same time.
Got a lot of time here. 59 is setting up the guys behind him, telling them, this is what I want to do. This is where I think I can pass these guys. Are you with
those,
me?
Those three there in those three there in second, third, and fourth. Those are teammates. That is Checkered Flag Racing, Jeff Hale, Slim Jim Gately, and Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough gaggle to beat. And they're rat packing the 15. I'll take him on the outside. You take him in the middle. I'll go down low. Jeff Hale powering on the outside. Got to run.
It's going to do anything with it.
The outside. Still side by side. Oh, but, the Jeff gets bailed behind.
Pick up Ken
He doesn't
Shea.
get that draft. And the freight train ensues. Side by side, 59 and 29, almost making contact. The more busy they get behind, the better Matt Watkins likes it. 10 to go.
Yeah, that's exposing them to
Not want
smacking
this
the
guy
wall.
in the lead at this point.
Yeah, those guys fighting behind them, they're using up their tires. They're using up any fuel that they might need. Yeah, might be short on.
I'm sure he
Close
needed
on.
a separate U-Haul to move just his trophies.
Oh, we got the 90 around. Matt
We got
Stewart
something going
hard
on.
into the wall off turn 2. Caution is out.
What you gonna do now? Gotta stay out.
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way Tuesday. You're going to stay out. You're at the back of this. Take 2.
Been such a clean late race. So few cars. Let's take a look at the.
We're riding on board here with the, or following rather, the 90 car, Matt Stewart. He was the source of this caution.
Or he was. I think he
Oh.
was sourced actually.
Yeah,
He got some help.
He was at the center of it. Let's put it that way. He may have had a little help.
That's the
there.
epicenter of it. Oh wow! Who was that? Went
That was
by
Johnny
like
Doucette.
a turn of hurdles there.
Yeah, Johnny Doucette's squirting by on the outside. Yeah, I'd say it's fair to say the 90 had a little help there. That was a pretty hard lick to the left side. Car should still be running. I mean, he's going to come in and get 4 freshies, and it's going to be a shootout, so he might be able to make up some spots here.
Matt Stewart has run
break.
clean, but he has just gotten the mix of some bad stuff.
So he was listed at 19th at the moment of caution there. So he was mired back in the pack. I don't think he had any damage before that. Just couldn't seem to get the position tonight. It's been freaking me out every time you see it as it goes by the shot here on on TV1 over here, the TV1 camera in the game. Every time the cars pass by the end of the pit road, I see the tires there, and it's such a big mass of tires. I think it's a car stopped in the infield out of the corner of my eye when I'm watching 3 screens. Like 6 times tonight, I'm like, oh, someone's in the grass. Nope, no, they're not. And we got some takers on pit road. Obviously, Matt Stewart with his damage. You got a pole setter, T.G. Reese. Mark DeSenza, like I said, he's back in the pack. He came in for 2. He's going to get some track position over these guys are coming in for 4. And he's going to have, fresh right sides. Try and continue that charge up through the field and recovery from his crucial yellow flag pit road mistake.
Not much time to take hay with 24 cars on the lead lap.
We're going to take this with about 6 to go, by my estimation. And next flag is going to end it no matter what.
24 cars on the lead lap. Wow.
They've really had to fight and claw for every position tonight.
That's how it was Tuesday night. It was just crazy from start to finish. And then I ended up...
Yeah, these restarts, when you race against Matt Watkins, he's got to be on point. You have to get up on the wheel and be ready to get on it. Then you got to have some help.
And Shawn, you'll note, from Tuesday, sometimes the line just checks up at a bad time and you're the guy left hanging out. There's just nothing you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got caught trying to get around a slower car, and everybody went with the slower car instead of me when I went to the high side. And then it all stacked up into one, and I ended up hitting the wall at 167 miles per hour.
That's a hard lick.
Yeah, it was a hard lick. That's another one of those, like I said before, it makes me real glad it ain't real.
I'll tell you guys, if these front 3 or 4 cars get to fighting amongst themselves, this could get really exciting here at the end.
That's
I
what
guarantee
we're
it
looking
will.
for here.
You got teammates up there, but all bets
3
are about to go
teammates
off.
behind Matt Watkins. The Monsoon Motorsports icon, Matt, on point.
I fully expect it to be 4 or 5 wide here before we're finished.
That's the problem with trying to get to the 15 is that's what he's hoping for.
I'm trying to figure out who the furthest up that I saw on pit road was. I guess it is Mark DeSenza. It's the furthest, highest running car I saw hit pit road. He's currently listed 17th. So this could be one to watch. I've had my second PC, its camera focused on him pretty much the whole race because he's been the.
Watkins could do it. Why can't you? I
Yeah.
mean, he managed to get himself back to like 6th, 7th place and back in the front. So,
Well, Watkins never really left the front. He just kind of gave up a few positions, but he didn't fall nearly as far back as Mark DeSenza did.
He managed to get himself back there.
He always does.
And be
Come on.
done. Guys have got to think I can get this guy.
All right, this restart is going to be with 5 to go here.
It's Slim
76
Jim's
of 80.
the point man here, so he has to find a way to root his car underneath the 15. Get that good restart where he doesn't get that 2-3 car length lead. He does that, it's over.
Let's not forget we got half a tire run on these tires too, so it should be interesting to see who can hang on.
I've never seen anybody that grabs that wheel, and I try. I mean, that's my natural style. They say that's not the good style to wring the neck out of it, but Matt Watkins wrings the neck out of it. He must have to buy steering wheels. I know I got some dead ones that I've literally squeezed the rubber off them.
Pace car is off. 5 to go.
Slim Jim Gately, he's smooth like glass. What are they going to do? He's got to get up on him. Great restart for Gately and the 29. He's going to drive it down low. He's going to drive it down low, driving it hard. Can't make it there. Time to go. Plenty of time to go. Matt did not
really
get
letting-
away from them about a car length.
Oh. Ooh, excuse me.
Ryan
Hey, I just
Johnson
realized I
going
pushed the
down
box
low.
on.
He doesn't care about that. He's going to take off on his teammates here.
Yeah, he's looking for that low line entry.
No team orders, which really none of these teams have. They want to get to this point, then you race. Slim Jim and the 29, worst case scenario, or maybe not. Maybe they're side drafting here. The 59 trying to stick it down there. That's going to
Side draft doesn't really work in this
low.
game.
Oh,
29 around.
Slim Jim into the 29. Slim was pretty much as low as he could go there. We'll have to take a look at that. They were just definitely trying to draft Matt and side draft and race for position. That's going to be the race there. Matt Watkins is going to be your
Yeah,
winner.
that's going to end it right there. Hard-baked 2003 rules about caution flags in this game.
Obviously, what that team did not want to happen, but yeah.
Slim was kind of in the middle line, but he was heading down. Oh, that was off too. Okay. All right, backed it up a little further than I realized. Here they got down into 3. Slim Jim down on the bottom. I can't call that one way or another, and it's not really our spot too. But
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
hard racing at the end, and they just got together.
That's hard racing. You know, they wouldn't have it any other way. It just did. Fisticuffs there. Just
It's too bad. I felt like that whole lead group was just about to splinter all over the track right when that happened.
Oh yeah, it was going to get crazy. We were going
absolutely,
to fan it out. Well, that means Matt Watkins is your winner. And second place, Slim Jim Gately in the 23. Third place, Ryan Johnson. That's a second podium in a row there for our series admin, Ryan Johnson. Great run for 51 of Dave Jandry. Ken Shea, he was in there. He's a factor all night. Rounds out your top 5.
Great job by those guys holding on to that track position all night. That was
yeah,
crucial.
absolutely. That was, you know, how'd they do that? They just made great pit stops, no mistakes.
They made great pit stops, and they got lucky that caution, while it did come out in a pit cycle, it came out on the very end of the pit cycle when everybody had actually hit pit road. If that had interrupted their pitting, oh, that would have been a big mess.
Yeah, it would have been a whole different story. They would have been
In fact,
a lap
that was
down, but
that was the story of last week.
I think me and a couple of other guys needed that caution about 20 seconds earlier.
absolutely, yep. Tight, close, pro racing. I mean, like you said, you need that break. I mean, lap times, you can go through the field, and they were within the hundreds and thousands, you know.
I've never qualified well here, and it really hurt me tonight. I felt like there was just like a barrier from 8th or 9th place forward. I just couldn't get past it.
Yeah, it's you know, my career, I could say the same thing. You know, it's just, there's tracks like this that can run competitively, but you know, these guys are so good. It's, you know, you need them to make a mistake, you know, at that point, and they just don't. You know. Still, you know, we got a long season. Not super long, but long enough to, you know, gather your points and go to the next one and think about a championship. You know, but right now, you know, Matt Watkins is, yeah, you know, the on favorite.
And I think we got Watkins Glen
Absolutely.
next week, you guys. So that should make for some fun storylines.
Oh yeah, we're going
Yeah,
road course racing
yeah.
next week.
You know, track definitely been there for real. You know, watching my dad race, a lot of history, a lot of stuff I can talk about. You know, so definitely, you know, I am running some sim racing there, so I know a little bit about how you attack that track in these cars. You know. Fantastic. And fans, you know, don't shy away just because it's a road course. It's actually going to be very exciting. It's not like the old days at FSB where, you know, there was, you know, not those, you know, these guys are all great road racers. Great win. Thanks, fans. Slim, great finish, and you know, definitely, you know, just circumstance. I know Slim. You know, him and Jeff Hale are such great friends and teammates. You never want to have contact with a teammate, but
Absolutely, or anyone for that matter.
and he probably won't be, you know, very excited to get P2, but he still deserved it. And I know Jeff Hale would be like, you know, all right, bro, you know. Thank you, Heavy Tizzle.
Yeah, great. Good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody be sure to do like, subscribe, hit the little bell if you want to be notified. It helps this grow, get
Danny, you
eyes
can
out there
race
on the
at
league.
Watkins Glen next week. Get your butt out here, and you're a road racer at Donkey Bop. You're in this league. Get your butt out here and run Watkins Glen next week.
Yep, 20 is still available.
I threw the. I'm gonna get on after this, and I'm gonna bug him. And I'm gonna tell him now. All right, let's go. Of course, he tells me the same thing. Dude, you gotta run at FSP, man.
Well, I'll have Milty gather up the rest of our top three. As we got Ryan Johnson, you're pulling the double duty series admin and podium finisher tonight. Great job there, Ryan. You were in the thick of it all night long, hanging there with the teammates, sticking with Slim on the pit stop and everything. Just I think you probably just really wanted to see that go green to the finish, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I was feeling really racy tonight, more so than other nights. So had a good car on the long runs. I really liked the long, green flag runs, and was pretty confident in the car control tonight. And this game was a little bit short, but it was fun.
Excellent. Well, great run there. And thanks as always for what you do, keeping the series running and getting those points updated.
No,
with these back-to-back.
Yeah.
With these back-to-back podium finishes, I assume these points are up to date, knowing you.
They're up.
You have jumped 4 spots into second place. Still 22 back of Matt Watkins, your race winner. But that's striking distance with 6 races to go. Anything could happen, especially with the wild card of a road course thrown in there next week.
Well, I don't know much about a road course for me, but yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to finish second to Matt Watkins for the series. I've got to cut. I don't think a lot of people know this, but I do have 2 second place series finishes on Friday nights. It's kind of they were kind of quiet and not very known, but yeah, I got a couple pieces of hardware said I was second place, and that's a pretty proud accomplishment for Friday night. So.
Yeah,
I would like first,
it.
but yeah, that's a tough feat.
Oh, great job there, Ryan. Thanks again for all you do. And speaking of your champions, your defending champion and your second place finisher tonight, Slim Jim Gately, jumps up 7 spots to 9th in the points. Off year on the title defense, but still a great run out there. Led the early part, and I don't know. Did you need that caution flag, or were you looking to kind of pull away from them there on the green flag stops? Or are you still there, Slim?
Can you hear me?
There you are.
All right.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I need to apologize to my teammate Jeff. I don't know. I just made a bad decision there at the end. I guess I ran out of talent, but I got into him. We're all racing for the same thing with 4 or 5 to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just
It was too close to call in the booth, so we didn't even bother.
Well, I went back and watched the replay. It was on me. I thought I was down lower. I didn't realize I did what I did, and I've already apologized to him. But, man, I mean, just a bunch of studs out there tonight. It was all you could do to stay up front.
Absolutely.
And, man, kudos to Matt. Nice job. Nice job to my teammate Ryan. We gave it everything we had, man.
Yeah, I really thought Matt was a sitting duck there with 3 checkered flag behind him at the end. It looks like you all had different ideas. There's one time all 3 of you went in with 3 completely different entries. And I was like, see, that's what I've been talking about all night. This place has 3 ways to go into turn 1, and you all did it all at the same time. And just couldn't quite get the train going around your point leader and race winner, Matt Watkins. I know how hard it is to hold the lead here at a draft track. How the heck did you do that?
Yes, really hard to hold the draft here. Hold the lead here because you gotta hope, you timed it right where they don't get that run on you. And I just try to hold it low on the front stretch, and then try to swing out in the corner, get just enough, and then just hope they didn't hook up behind me and get a good enough run. It was I thought it was gonna happen a few times. It was tight. Those guys are really good, and I couldn't make any mistakes, so that was a tough one.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I like to run in there high too.
Yeah, and then but you regained that track position, and once you got up front, I was like, man, this is gonna be hard for these guys, you know. But they had 3 teammates behind you. I was like, these guys gotta, you know, get this guy. But the physics of the way the track runs and just didn't work out that way because guys would get runs like um, you know, when Hale would get runs on Slim, it's like he had to go. You know, they couldn't really pile you up and try to push you out of the way. With the draft, you were able to defend and hold the bottom line, and they couldn't go around you. So the only chance they had was to try to root you out of that bottom line and that exit, and they couldn't do it.
Well, I think
Yeah,
you
that's the
just
part I
nailed.
hated.
I think you just nailed what I was saying on team because we were
Yeah,
obviously
exactly.
trying to make a move between
Well,
the 3 of us to
obviously,
get
yeah.
by Matt, but I was trying to defend people behind me, and when the runs would come, you'd have to defend and you'd have to go. You couldn't just sit back and try and make it work. So
Yeah, 'cause you
Exactly.
get run over.
yeah,
Yeah, and also you're not going to do it on the high side. You know, you can make it up in 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4 you're going to lose it, and everybody's going to drop
You have to
underneath you.
root
It's
the
freight train.
leader out of the bottom line, and
Yeah, and I came close to doing it, but I didn't want to wreck Matt. But man, I was so close. I know he knew it too.
Yeah, I knew it.
exactly.
Awesome.
We saw that. I remember. I can't remember what lap it was, but you and Hale had a huge run, and I went. They got a huge run, but I mean, you would have run into them, you know.
Yeah.
That was great racecraft, you know. I mean, you guys raced hard, and you know, he earned that track position, got up there and defended well, and yeah, you know, I mean, that's good pro racing. You know, there it is. Yeah.
And that's a nice, comfortable point lead after 4 races. To be up almost a full race because what is it, 25 or 20 or 24 points? I think is the max points here for a night here at FSB, and it's a 22-point lead. So you can almost take a week off, and then
He's got
still
some
hold the lead.
mojo. He's got some
hey,
mojo coming
feel
his
free
way.
to take a couple weeks there, Matt, if you like. You
Yeah,
know.
really.
All right, I got you.
And then
Hey,
point to center
I'll take a
field.
few.
Yeah, make it a challenge for yourself.
Well, you know, Matt, you've moved like, you know, a bunch of states away, so and you just plugged your computer in, and it's like business as usual. So
Yeah.
Hey, it can be done missing a race because you guys didn't even realize I missed one last season.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, I didn't know if you knew that or not. So I know Matt can do it as well.
That's very nice. Well, that
Well,
was one
good
of the
luck
beauties.
with that, guys.
That's part of the beauty of the FSB point system we put in place here. You know, making winning worth that little bit extra and having so few points on the board to begin with that you know, you can miss a week and it almost acts like, you know, if you're a dominant car, missing a week is almost like a, you know, like a taking a provisional or a drop race, because you know you get things like a 22-point lead, a full race lead, 4 races in. Yeah, if you got that kind of dominant mojo year going there, like you did last year and like Matt does this year, so hopefully we can keep that rolling at the road course, right, Matt? I know you love road courses.
Oh, just love them.
I know you
Can't
dream
wait.
about road courses all night long.
I tell you what, I've never seen anybody that drives more sideways than that guy right there. Yeah.
Well, that should be interesting. Watkins Glen is a big, wide,
Reminds me of
fast
my
road
dad,
course.
you know, a little bit.
And we'll see you guys there next week for the 5th installment of this season 39. But for tonight, we're gonna wrap this up again. Congratulations, our podium finishers, Ryan Johnson, Slim Jim Gately, and Matt Watkins, your race winner. Thanks as always, Milt Minter, joining me. You know, landing the helicopter late there. We got it all sorted out. We got him back on
we had to hit
camera.
the save mart and, you know, get
I
some
had to
grub
restart the whole thing. My computer, you
for
guys
me
probably
and
don't
the old
realize
lady,
this.
you know.
My computer just flat rebooted while I was doing the intro solo there because Milt was still at the grocery store. I'm just sitting here and all of a sudden all my monitors go blank and then I see the BIOS screen. I got it back up and running. We're good. Didn't miss a lap. Thanks as always our series sponsor, Bill Farmer, Farmer Brothers Contracting, putting up the hardware these guys are racing for. Ryan Johnson, your series admin as well. Sam Young, the league owner, promoter, the big boss man for keeping this league, this sim, this community going. And thanks to all you guys joining us out there on YouTube. Be sure, if you're not already subscribed, do so. It helps us grow, helps us get the league some exposure and bring some more guys in to drive here on Friday night and 6 other nights a week. We got something going almost every night here.
Great
And,
pro racing from top to bottom.
Come
And
on
like
out,
these guys
join
were
us.
talking about how hard it is, and these guys fighting for top 10s or top 20s. And I mean, look at that 23 cars on the lead lap. That's pro racing right there.
Yep, so just to wrap this one up, for FSB Racing Live, I'm Shawn Reap saying good night, and we'll see you next week at the Glen.
Get some.